Hey, this is Brian from Fair City Fire. We are in session at JackRabbit SoundShack.
Tend to look away when you're living shades of gray. The more I scrap from day to day, the more they tend to fade away. We knew our baby would be floating on the airwaves, you see. It's a heartbreak, soul sick, radio attack, taking 4 steps forward and no steps back. We knew our baby
Beautiful. Welcome in, guys. How are y'all doing?
Great. Good.
Cool. I want to let you guys and the audience know that we have been on a bit of a break for a bit. Not one that we needed or wanted. It's just we were trying to get artists in throughout the month of June.
You went out of town?
Yeah, I went out of town in May, but then we had the Swift Drag come in after that, and then all of a sudden it was like radio silence for quite a bit. I'm guessing summertime is just a huge time for bands to play festivals, book shows, rest, practice. Is that the case with y'all as well?
Yeah, I mean, we definitely went on tour in June, so that
Did you?
definitely, yeah, that's definitely true for us. We
Everyone's
hit the road
trying to
for a
get
little
away
bit.
from the heat.
Yeah,
For sure.
It's a good time.
Where'd y'all end up going?
We went up to New York and back. We've done that. This was our 3rd time doing that. So
New York City or just different part of New York State?
different parts of New York, actually. We played New York City. We played my hometown in Appalachian, New York, and
Okay.
then Buffalo, where Clint's from.
Okay.
Yeah, I was not there this time around, but we're gonna start putting Buffalo on the list of places we go, I think.
Okay.
For sure.
Well, where were you at?
Well, I just joined the band, so it was a little premature to throw me into the plans for that.
But
that
you're
one.
already living here in Austin?
Yeah, I've been here for about 5 years now.
Okay, I got you. Do you guys want to introduce yourselves? Like, let the audience know who Fair City Fire is and where y'all come from, things like that?
Yeah, sure.
Yes.
I'll go. You
Go
go,
ahead.
first.
Go ahead.
We'll start on the left.
Sure.
Hey, what's up? I'm Joe. Joe Valadez. I'm the drummer for Fair City Fire, and I am from Spring, Texas. Been here in Austin for 7 years now, though.
Okay.
I'm Brett Winning. I'm the bass player, and I'm from Greenwood, Indiana.
I'm Clint Manning. I'm the newest addition guitar player, and I'm from Buffalo, New York area originally, and I've been in Austin for about 5 years.
I'm Brian Wolf. I'm from upstate New York, Appalachian to be exact. And I play guitar and sing in Fair City Fire, and I've been here 4.5 years or so.
Such a formal introduction.
Oh, yeah.
right?
You guys can relax. Y'all are relaxed, yeah.
Yeah, I had to make sure I had to think about it because the last time I said that I was from Houston, my mom sent me a message afterwards and said, "You need to make sure everyone knows you're from Spring." So I had to think about it, make sure that everyone knows. So
Okay.
Your mom will be happy.
yeah, there you go.
Okay, so we got two Yankees over here, two from New York.
Yeah, you could say that.
What brought y'all down to Austin?
I think it's a pretty similar story, really. We both, it's a little different, I guess, but, I was in a band up in New York, and things were going pretty well, but in upstate New York, it's kind of, the ceiling seemed sort of low overall as far as, like, what you could do as far as, like, getting into your career and, meeting people to help you out and meeting the right band to be with and stuff. It seemed like just coming to Austin was the next step for me. So
Gotcha. Yeah, I've been to different parts of upstate New York. It does seem like it could be pretty difficult to get past a certain point musically.
for sure.
Yeah, I had a certain standstill. I mean, it seemed, at least in my area, that most of the bands that were going on to network and play shows and stuff were jam bands, and we just weren't in that scene as much as I like that scene. And so my band was considering relocating to a place where it could find a similar scene, and that kind of fell apart. And so I just moved down here to do my own thing, and it was music and change of pace, I think.
Okay, and you said you've been here about 5 years?
Yeah.
Okay, have you played in any bands before Fair City Fire?
Oh yeah, I have I do my own solo work under my name, and I've led bands before, but so I'm just taking on a different role in this band that I have in the past.
So did you meet through mutual friends?
Oh yeah, we've kind of known each other since we moved around here at the same time. We both did open mics and whatnot, and so we had mutual friends involved in the same scene, so we knew each other. And but the idea of me joining, they've gone through a couple of guitarists recently after Derek left the band.
Derek,
I was trying to remember his name. I got that right. I switched his name up with Jeremy the other day. That Jeremy was the last one, but so I'm the newest addition and kind of filling the void they've been looking to fill, hopefully. So
Okay, are you enjoying it so far?
yeah, it's been a great change of pace.
Okay. Everybody's vibing on each other real well?
Oh yeah,
On the spot, Clint. You're on the spot.
Yeah.
I think it's just conversations.
It's going
bullshitting each
well.
other.
Everything's yeah.
Okay.
I'm excited about it. We played a couple of shows surrounding their tour, and then they were gone for a couple of weeks. So we're just starting to work on new music, and I guess see how I can find my place in whatever the sound is going towards. So
Okay, nice. And Brett, Joe, you guys have been with the band since the inception?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yeah.
How did everybody come together with Brian and all that?
We met through a cover band,
Mm-hmm.
and it was Holly and the Hype was the name of the band, and these two were in it first, and then I came on later.
Okay, and what songs did y'all cover?
Things like, let's see.
Four Non Blondes.
Four Non
What's
Blondes.
up? What else?
We did a couple Black Keys songs. We did some.
It's Michael Jackson.
Yeah,
We did a
that-
Michael
that
Jackson
sounds
There was some
song.
cool.
Yeah.
There was some cool stuff.
There was some good stuff.
Oh,
in
so
there.
you guys are just kind of all over the place to cover songs?
We definitely were.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Do you
And
still
then-
throw some covers in? Or not so much?
Every once in a while.
Halloween
there'll
or
be-
something?
Yeah,
The-
nothing,
yeah.
nothing like those.
Yeah.
More
We've been,
stuff our speed.
But there was
we
like
played,
a female lead singer.
Around the World by
yeah,
the
every
Chili
once in a
Peppers,
while
the
we'll
show.
do Around the World or In Bloom. In Bloom's another fun one. People just, they hear those songs and they just react and they're like, yeah. And it gets them usually up going for the next song that hopefully is a rockin' one.
It's a cheat code.
Do you guys think
Playing
that
those songs.
do y'all think that doing those covers has influenced your songwriting? Because I mean, listening to you all, I listened to a little bit of one of the records you all have up on Google Play. I think it's your most recent record. And then listening to y'all here now with some of, I think there's some newer songs in there, at least one.
Yeah, for sure.
Okay.
Yeah.
And
The Simple Truth, right?
That was
that
our
was
full
the-
album that we put out. a little
yeah,
while ago.
and I was listening to that one the other day, but there's a lot of definitely, as far as musically, a lot of 90s kind of alternative grunge rock influence kind of mixed in there. So
Yeah, it
Do
makes
you-
a lot of sense.
yeah, and so
Yeah.
do you think that the like playing the covers has influenced that, or is that just kind of where you guys come from and you gravitated more toward those covers when you were playing because they just spoke to you a little bit better?
I think it was like the latter of the two. I mean, for myself personally, just
Yeah.
it was kind of, we played this kind of style, and then it was like, well, it's kind of coming from this over here. Why don't we play that? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't think anybody really ever told each other like we need to sound like this or anything like that. It was just
Right.
kind of like, hey, like let's just all go in a room and see what happens. Like it, and going from a cover band to trying to like be in a rock band where I would step into the the singing and role and stuff. That it was just different, because we had basically the girl that was singing in the cover band was kind of running everything, and so it's just like now all of a sudden we're like just on our own, doing our own thing, doing exactly what we want to do, and writing stuff. And I think whenever you do that, you just let everybody just do their thing.
Yeah.
Then you find your sound, and hopefully it's unique and just draws from a bunch of different things. But the grunge '90s thing is definitely from me for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There definitely is kind of I feel everybody's contribution to the music, which is really good, but it's very cohesive. It works out really, really well. You
Yeah.
guys sound
Thank
good.
you.
Y'all were tight today.
Sweet.
Thanks.
Well, I see that, I was looking at your influences on Facebook, and it lists Kings of Leon. I definitely hear some Kings of Leon influence. I don't necessarily think you guys sound exactly like Kings of Leon or anything like that, but I hear a lot of influences of 90s rock, I would say, and like more recent rock, like Kings of Leon's not really 90s, is it? Or
No.
It's like a
2000s.
layer.
They kind of tried to pull some of that sound, though, with mixing it with a few different things.
Who would you say your most influential bands are? Kings of Leon would be one of them?
I'd say, yeah. I mean, they're up there, for sure. But definitely, like Black Keys, definitely had a big influence on me. What they were doing.
That's very obvious in your vocals.
What age are you guys? You guys are probably what, late 20s, early 30s?
I'm 29. Yeah.
We doing this?
Yeah, we're doing this.
We don't
I'm
have
30.
to. You can keep it a secret.
We're right around 30.
Yeah, I'm 34.
Okay.
I'm 25. Sitting
Okay,
at
so-
the bottom rung.
So the guy on the throne's the youngest member.
That's right.
Okay.
Brett was happy that I even in and out the median again. I guess the last guy was younger, so he felt a
He
little,
was
little
21.
outnumbered.
He was 21.
Oh,
yeah.
wow.
Oh,
Maybe if
wow.
you-
That's really
yeah.
young.
Yeah.
He tilted a little bit too far the other way for Brett's liking.
Instead of making promises in the dark, why don't we just play our part? 'Cause I'm all alone and you're
Starting to talk about your songs, the first song I heard was Attack, because that is up on your Facebook page.
Yep.
And I really like that song.
Thank you.
Maybe you can tell us a little bit about that tune.
Cool. Yeah. When we were writing that song, I think we came up with like the kind of the hook and all that stuff together, like the music. That's kind of how things work. Like the lyrics sort of come in a different area. Like, you know, we'll come up with the music and then I'll go home and write the lyrics for it. Usually that's how it's been working lately. But Attack worked like that. And for me, it had this kind of like celebration sort of sound to it, like sort of anthemic sort of deal. So I was watching the movie That Thing You Do. You ever seen that?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. And there's a scene in it where they're all like pumped because their music is being played on the radio for the first time. So they're like running around their little town, turning on all the radios and
I
stuff.
remember that scene.
Yeah, and that's kind of, I wrote that song to try to like, you just capture that feeling, I guess. So yeah, hoping to
Get it on the radio.
yeah, basically, yeah.
So funny.
So you said that you guys start with music first, and then you'll add lyrics to it on top of that.
Yeah, I mean, it kind of changes from song to song.
Oh,
It
just
seems like that's sort of been the case lately.
Do you like
Okay.
keep a pad of paper by your bed and like write poetry? I mean, a lot of songwriters do that. They carry it around with them, and you know, they're constantly like John Mayer is one of those that dude's like writing songs all the time.
Yeah, I mean, the nice thing is like phones, you have like the little notepad or whatever. So
you
that's
just
what
type
I
it in.
use. Yeah, I've got like a billion little notes of like, oh, that's a good phrase, like that just hits my brain at some point. Like, hey, that might be cool in a song, you know. And I'll just jot that down, maybe. Like,
So do you find like in the morning or in the evening when you're laying down to go to sleep, or a road trip? I find road trips, I don't know, I'll be like
yeah.
out in the middle of the country starting some country song, you know, and I'll record it in on my memo on my phone, you know.
Yeah. I mean,
And I'm
you gotta,
like, that's terrible. Erase that.
yeah.
A couple days later, you're like, wait a minute.
I got a bunch of random like whistling files where like, you know, I'm hearing the song in my head and I'm trying to like record it on my phone in the middle of the night or something. And
whistling
I
melodies.
listen
and
to it
things.
later. I'm like, I have no idea what this is supposed to be.
So Brett,
Yeah,
do you
I
write
got some
songs
other things going on.
also?
Once in a while.
Like you
It's
sit
very
down
rare.
and sing and write songs?
Yeah, it's very rare, but yeah, every once in a while I'll sit down with a guitar and play it poorly and try to write stuff.
As of right now, Brian's doing most of the like lyric writing.
Yeah, that's right.
But you guys are kind of composing together musically and writing together at rehearsals.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that's
typically
pretty
what
much how it
happens is
goes.
like someone will come in with a riff, and then it'll just kind of build on that
Mm-hmm.
from there, whether it be Brian or myself or soon to be
Yeah.
Clint.
Like I said, we've only had a couple practices since I've joined where there's a writing process involved. So
Gotcha.
Do you think
how
it
they work
might
is still new to me.
go more that direction where like somebody else will say, hey, I got this song idea with these lyrics,
It's
and maybe
kinda,
you might sing a lead on a song, or you might sing a lead on a song? Or do you think that it would go that direction ever?
Is that something you guys even want to do?
well, it's something we kind of do already, but
Uh-huh.
as far as singing leads, Brian's going to be the guy that takes the reins on that.
Okay.
With Derek, the guy that was playing before, the original guy, they kind of split it. Brian was a 60-40 split, kind of around there. But
Okay.
since
Sometimes
he
that
left-
confuses the audience.
It can. It was a
I
good
think so.
sound. It made it worked for us. But then once he was gone, it was kind of like, okay, let's just stick to one singer and let Brian take that. Kind of go from there. But yeah, as far as writing goes, like if one of us do, Brian will typically sing it.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Cool.
I'd like to talk to Brett and Joe a little bit about where you guys come from musically, because you all are a really tight rhythm section for what's going on. It sounds really good. It's not overly complicated with anything that's going on. It fits really well with it, but at the same time, it stands out. So playing bass, what are your influences? You know what I mean? Where do you kind of pull that from? How long have you been playing? Things like that. What drew you to playing bass?
Well, it was just I didn't start playing bass till I was like 24.
Okay.
And I had moved to a new city and didn't know anyone, and started hanging out with these guys that were in a band, and I would just go and kind of hang out and watch. And their bass player left, and so one of the lead singer asked, "Hey, you should play." And I was like, "Well, I don't even. I have no idea." So, anyways, he talked me into buying a bunch of gear, and it's actually the same stuff that I got now.
Sweet.
and then just kind of taught myself playing. But I've always listened to, growing up was more of hip hop, so naturally the bass is kind of
Right. Very driving.
Yeah, and
instrument.
I guess I didn't really realize that until later.
Yeah.
But I would say that's probably why I gravitate towards the bass.
Well, same thing with a lot of good funk music too. you know?
Yeah.
When you say hip hop, what are you talking?
Like Tribe, De La Soul, Gangstar.
Okay.
Yeah.
Good stuff.
Yeah.
Tribe Called Quest.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's good stuff.
KRS-One, Talib Kweli, Mos Def, all those guys.
Had you played any instruments before you just decided to say, okay, let me just try bass out?
No, I mean, like I dabbled. I bought a guitar when I went off to college and tried to learn it myself. But
Don't have it anymore.
That was to impress the
have it?
ladies.
I still have it. I actually
Nice.
still have the same guitar. But
Nice.
no, there was no formal training or anything like that.
Nice.
Kinda
Well,
picked it up.
kind of surprised me. Good job.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Appreciate that.
Yeah, I was going to say that too about earlier. We were talking about influence and stuff, influences and whatnot. And we kind of all have different, I think, influences as far as
Sure.
what each of us, I think, maybe grew up listening to or kind of into.
Mm-hmm.
I guess as for me, a lot of hip hop, definitely. NWA, different things like that. Tribe. So people like that, but then also, I don't know, people as far as like Chris Isaac or James Taylor, all the way to Led Zeppelin to funk music, different things like that. And my family was really musical. Finally, whenever I was, I think, 15 or 16, I got my first crate of records, which came from my aunt and uncle, and it had things like Kiss to Joan Rivers comedy record. You know, it was just, and everything in between. It was really crazy. Steely Dan was in that, and Van Halen and stuff. It was really cool. So I kind of grew up on that, and then I did listen to a lot of jazz in the last like 8 to 9 years too. A lot of jazz.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
That's good. That's kind of where my brain was going with things, just because you tend to keep the space filled with the drumming for the most part. Now there are a lot of sections where the arrangement is really nice, where you'll drop out where it's necessary. It's not, like I said earlier, it's not overkill. It just works really well. I was about to ask if you'd listen to house music like in the late 90s, early 2000s, just because it's kind of a constant thing.
I was a
going on,
big fan of Daft Punk for sure.
Okay. Yeah, so am I. They're kind of geniuses. I do want to talk to you all about podcasts, because I heard a couple of different people. I know you have a podcast. Do you have, because you were mentioning one earlier, do you have one separate, or do you guys do it together?
It's the whole band does it.
The whole band does? Okay.
The whole band.
For other bands.
Yeah.
Yeah, generally it's been cool. Brett's roommate actually, Matt Jones, he does a great job hosting it for us. He's helped us out in a lot of ways as far as like getting our website up and all that stuff. And like he had this idea about starting a podcast, and we were all about it. And it's been cool. Like we'll have bands that we're about to play with that we might not know that well come on the podcast and talk to them about their music, talk to them about why we're excited to play with them, all that stuff. And all of a sudden we've become like really close with those people, you know?
Right.
And that show becomes more special. And so there's a little bit of that, but you know, it's a lot of just like getting together and, you know, cross promoting, kind of trying to help each other out, you know?
Gotcha.
I liked your game shows. I think we need to work in some game shows, Dave.
Yeah.
I'd like to get some sound effects.
That'd be awesome. Have a little board.
We got that every once in a while. Yeah. We got that every once in a while. The sound effects there.
Yeah.
But it's really fun to connect with the other bands before we go, because then when we see them, it's like, hey, what's up? Good to see you again. Glad we got to hang out.
That's something that's happened with us over doing this. I mean, we've met so many people and so many cool bands, and kind of connected ourselves a little deeper into the scene here in town, which has been nice for me. I'm not an extremely outgoing person. Vance is a really good networker, and he likes to get out and meet everybody he can, which is good.
Well, that's how I met Brian. I met Brian through Scott of Finite Fidelity, and actually at a show at Saxon Pub. That was the first time we met.
Yeah, that was cool, man.
And I'd been wanting to get you guys on here ever since I heard them do your podcast.
Yeah.
And we gave Ryan a hard time when he came in here about the whole game show thing, because I think it was something to do with like how many people or how many instruments were in a quartet.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it's how many instruments.
Yeah, he
argued
he
that.
was sore about that.
He blew that one. Yeah.
Got to give you a little hard time there, Ryan, if you're listening.
Yeah, that was good. He was bitter
He
about
stood
that.
by his he stood by his guns on that one.
Yeah,
It makes it so much worse. You know, The fact that he's not just like, oh yeah, I was wrong. Sorry, guys.
He's just really just carrying it with him.
I'm sure he catches flack for that every other day or so.
But we had those guys in here. Finite Fidelity, did Red and Blue here, and I mixed and recorded that record for them. And I actually worked with Scott at Music and Arts, and he sort of had dropped you guys' name. You guys had done a bunch of shows. I kept seeing Fair City Fire's name on the bill with Finite Fidelity. And and then I ran into you again at their CD release party, and I was like, dude, we got to get you guys on the podcast.
Yeah, that was
so I'm
cool,
glad
man.
you finally are here.
Oh,
Yeah, for sure.
This is awesome.
I'm really glad you guys came in.
I'm ready.
Can't understate it, we're all imitating a life that makes us feel real. We're all sedated, we're all getting jaded, we hide behind a waybill. You're tired of the new king, tired of the suffering, tired of the same old song. Tired of assuming dark days are looming, tired of just hanging around. Shake your bones, shake your bones. Shake your bones. Shake your bones. Accounts overrated, we're all getting jaded, we hide behind a waybill. We're all getting faded, we're all getting jaded, reality's losing a bill. You're tired of the new king, tired of the suffering, tired of the same old song. Tired of assuming dark days are looming, tired of just hanging around. Shake your bones, shake your bones, shake your bones, shake your bones. Shake your bones, shake your bones, shake your bones, shake your bones.
Welcome to Impromptu Say It Loud podcast.
On the move.
Say It Loud is what the name of the podcast is?
Yep.
So we want to promote you guys too as much as we can. Okay.
Yeah, that was the name of our first EP that we put out. It's called Say It Loud, and that was the first song that was, we put out there and try to promote and stuff. I think that was really the first song that we wrote as like a band. Like the first, Brian had come with some songs, Brett had come with a song, Derek had come with a couple of songs, but that song was the first one that we had just brought in a beat, or I think Brett brought in a bass beat or bass lick.
He brought in the lyrics too.
Yeah, and
Oh.
Brett
lyrics,
wrote that one.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I wrote in the song.
Okay, there you go. Well, then.
Where can people find your podcast?
On our website, faircityfire.com.
Okay.
iTunes as well, I believe. But yeah, it's a lot of fun. We love doing that. But so when did you guys decide you wanted to start a podcast?
I'll answer that. It was actually David's idea. We went to audio engineering school together. Did you go to audio engineering school? Somebody here did. No?
Nope.
I did.
You did?
I went to school for music industry, and my minor was audio production.
And where was that?
In SUNY Oneonta.
Okay.
It's like a couple hours outside of New York City.
Gotcha.
So we went to school together. That's how we met. We both got a job working as a lab instructor at MediaTek Institute. And at the time, it was at Arlen Studios over there off of Lamar or Congress, sorry.
Yep.
And we did that for a while. We worked the night shift, like 9 to 2 a.m. in the morning or something crazy.
Yeah, something like that.
And basically, we were helping students with their labs and whatnot. And they had a nice API console there and nice gear and everything. And then basically, Freddie Fletcher and the owner of that company, which is no more in Austin, decided to part, and they moved to a different location across the way, over off St. Elmo.
Yep.
Over by SoundShack.
Yeah, it was like a big.
It was like an office
warehouse,
building,
yeah.
And it just
I think it was
never
the
was the
DPS.
same after that. And he actually got out of there while the getting was good, and I stuck
Yeah.
around and got fired. And
They did this thing where it was like we'd been working there for a couple of months already, and then our supervisor kind of corralled all of the night employees together in the room and said, "Hey, I've got this form for you guys to sign. Y'all were supposed to have signed it when you got hired, quote unquote, but essentially it says that we can get rid of you anytime we want." And so
David was like, "Screw you, I'm out of here."
"Bye." Like that means you guys are getting ready to get rid of
I'm just
a
like,
good
they're
amount
not
of us.
gonna fire us all.
They did.
But they did. And the thing was they had gotten federal funding, and in order to keep the federal funding going, they had to provide a certain amount of jobs after graduation. And it was a 1-year program, and they weren't getting enough jobs, and so we're probably going to be shunned for talking about this. But anyway,
Yeah.
so yeah, it was one of those things where they had to keep the education. I mean, the jobs after their education, and so they needed to bring in the graduating class, that was happening, and so they pretty much cleaned house and got rid of everybody. And it was unfortunate because I was working out of Arlen, I was working out of Ray Benson's studio at Bismo, and I had that whole place to myself. It was nice.
That's cool.
And these kids weren't booking time, and so I'd be over there waiting for kids to show up to use the studio. And I had a Hammond B3 at my disposal with a Leslie, a Baby Grand. I brought my drum kit in there. I was just like writing songs and recording music and getting paid for it. I was like, this is going to end. There's no way this is too good to be true.
Yeah, this is too good.
And I got to meet Ray Benson, and then I interned at Pedernales, which David and I were both offered that position. He had so much going on. He was working like 2 jobs.
I think at the time I was working 3 jobs.
3 jobs.
Yeah. So I wasn't able to get out there.
And I'll let you continue.
I don't know. Yeah, outside of that, we were just kind of looking for some way to utilize the information that we'd gotten. Vance had this studio that was really nice. I hadn't gotten to come in here as much as I would have liked. And I had an idea for a different kind of show than this, similar but not quite the same. And I'd still like to maybe do that, but I'm going to keep that mum for the moment. But I figured this would be a good way to get into that because I've always been interested in getting to know more about the bands themselves. Like I've always liked acoustic sets whenever I see it. I like smaller, intimate venues whenever you get to kind of be a lot closer with the band or whenever you get to hang out with the band afterward. You just get to learn a lot more about the people themselves and get to appreciate their music a little bit more for it whenever you're in settings like that. And I've always liked that. And that was something I wanted to try and bring to anybody who's willing to listen to it. So it's kind of a deal where we bring in bands, they get to come in, check out the studio, which is good for Vance's business. I get to kind of push what I like as far as getting to know the bands. The bands get to come in and have something recorded and get to know us and how we work as engineers. And hopefully once we get to a point of listenership, it'll promote you guys just as much, if not more, than Vance and his studio and things like that,
And
which
what
is
a lot
really
of
what we're
people
looking
don't
for.
know about him is he's an amazing graphic designer and artist and visual artist. And he did my logo and And so it really works well because right now he's working on 2 websites, one for the studio, one for the podcast. It really works well. He did merchandise designs, and I mean, it just helps having somebody that has those skills.
Yeah, for sure.
As well as has a great ear.
It is exhausting though. So we're looking for a social media guru. So if you're willing to do it for free,
It's hard to remember to do all that stuff. Like we're like recording and we got to go live on. We got to do.
Yeah, we got to do a story and a boomerang, and then we got to go do a
Hashtag.
Snapchat over here.
Snapchat.
Snapchat kids.
yeah,
a lot.
Snapchat's one of the ones that we still haven't gotten onto, but that's okay.
Joe's going
Talked
to
to-
take us
yeah.
there.
Yeah, I
Let's
think
make
we're
it
supposed to be
happen.
starting the new
Snapchat land.
Snapchat
Yeah.
here soon, so look out for the Fair City Fire Snapchat, everyone.
All right.
And I'm much older. I'm 41 years old. And so a lot of the bands who come in here are younger, and they're like, dude, you need to get with the times. Like, you are so not connected to social media. Like, Scott Blanca was one of them. And he's
Yeah.
like, they're over here, the whole time on their phone when they're listening back. And I'm like, you guys aren't even listening to what we're playing,
Yeah.
He's like, you got to do this social media thing, man. Like, you're not doing it enough. And so it's really helped us to kind of push us. The bands are coming in and saying, hey, you need to do more social media. Mm-hmm. Yeah, because, I mean, you really have to.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
something that happens right now.
Pretty much any
I mean,
kind of business you're in, that's got to be a big part of it.
And it's good for the bands to come in here and be able to tag you guys in it, and
Yeah.
stuff, and then put it on their
sure.
stuff and whatnot. And so
Do you guys have like a dedicated social media person within the band,
we've
or do you just kind of all do
definitely
it?
split it up now.
Yeah.
Definitely. Been
I'd say
split.
Brian runs the majority of it.
Okay.
Yeah.
Is that who
Especially
I was
like-
talking to?
Yeah,
Okay, I
yeah.
didn't even know who I was
Yeah,
talking to.
yeah. No, I do the Facebook stuff, and
Okay.
Brett and Joe do like Instagram and all that stuff. I
Snapchat,
don't really
little
do
bit of
much that.
Snapchat.
Yeah,
Gotcha.
so
Things like
I'm
that.
still figuring out my role.
he'll
Although-
get
Right now you're the guitar player, but
I
you're
did
pretty
share
new.
today's outing on my own personal account.
Bam.
There you go.
You know,
There you go.
got that going.
Yeah.
Nice.
You're still new, right? It's
I'm
okay.
still new.
You got some time.
What are y'all's plans throughout the rest of the year? Do y'all have anything set up?
yeah. The big thing is our show at Antone's coming up. It's called the Too Damn Hot Affair. It's going to be the second year we've done it.
Okay.
And it's with Finite Fidelity,
Okay.
That Girl Dre, and Dr. Joe. Which,
Dr. Joe.
oh man, they're like it's going to be a killer lineup.
Yeah.
And we've all wanted to play Antone's forever, so this is going to be
Right.
a really cool chance to do that.
And when is that?
August 18th.
August 18th.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, probably will be too damn hot.
Yep.
And we've partnered with the Sims Foundation too. So a little bit of money is going to go back to the Sims to help them out.
What is that foundation?
Sims
For those who aren't
Foundation. Do you guys want to? I mean, Brett, you probably better explain it. I think you guys went and met them, right?
We did. It's just it helps with mental health for artists and musicians.
Oh,
here in
nice.
town. Yeah.
Okay. That's awesome.
Yeah.
And so we're helping them out with them, and we're gonna have raffles and different things like that, little things for the folks that are coming out, and we'll have more details about it coming out here soon for sure.
Oh, cool. You guys didn't like give away the goose, right? With
No,
announcing
no,
that? Okay.
No.
not
No,
at all.
yeah.
And I think by the time this comes out, everyone should know the deal.
Okay. Gotcha.
Yeah, we're super excited about that show, though.
Nice.
Yeah.
Yeah,
It's
it
gonna
sounds
be
like
great.
it's going to be good. I've seen That Girl Dre. They're a really fun band
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
especially to watch live.
They're on Penny Loafer PR, right?
I think
I think
so.
so.
Yeah.
People have told us we need to get them on here.
Oh, That Girl
That Girl
Dre?
Dre.
They're
Definitely.
great.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh
they're
yeah.
great.
They're fun.
I wanted to ask you guys, I saw a bunch of pictures of you guys at the Chicago Music Exchange.
Yeah.
What was
Yeah.
that all about?
It was last tour for the Simple Truth when the album came out. We went on tour, and we stopped in Chicago, and God, that music store was awesome. Like we just,
Have you guys
We
ever been
loved
there?
yeah,
I saw the pictures.
No.
It looked incredible.
It's
Yeah.
just, I mean, yeah, just a giant room. There's guitars just everywhere. There's a whole other section that's for drums too, and then they had all the basses down in the basement, which I thought was really awesome.
Nice.
I
The
thought it was a nice little
basement.
play. Yeah, exactly. But yeah, that was a pretty amazing spot. I think that was heaven for all four of us. I think.
Yeah, I bet.
yeah, for sure.
So that sounds
Did you guys
awesome.
record at the recording conservatory? Can't talk. sorry.
We recorded drums and bass for the album.
There?
There, yeah.
That's
which
here
was
in
cool.
town?
Yeah,
Yes.
yeah. It's where is that?
It's off at 2222.
Mhm.
And are you familiar with Emma Long State Park, where that's at? 2222 west of 360.
It's out in the
Gotcha.
hills.
Yeah.
Okay.
So you did.
West Austin.
You guys tracked rhythm there, and then where did you do the rest of the record?
A little place called Toy Car Studios that is no longer here. They moved to
Eclair?
Wisconsin. I
Yeah,
believe.
Eclair, Wisconsin. Mm-hmm.
It's an interesting move.
Yeah.
How old is that record?
Came out last April, so little over
little
a year.
over a year.
Yeah.
Okay.
And you guys are thinking about maybe getting back into the studio sometime?
Oh yeah,
Oh,
yeah.
yeah.
That's the other thing. We released Attack as a single. We've got No Promises coming out, I believe, in the next 2 or 3 weeks or so. Hopefully.
Is No Promises the name of another song or an EP or a record or?
It's the song.
It's a song, okay.
Yeah, and
That's
then
one of the ones we did today.
yeah, we did
Okay.
that one second, I believe. Yeah, so we're definitely excited to get out like another single out there, and then we're definitely gonna just start writing for a new album, and
Gotcha.
with plans to hopefully get something out next spring or so.
Okay.
Full thing.
Well, if you ever need a place to record,
All right, cool.
Hey,
I
Keep
wanted
you
to
guys in
say, I
mind.
mean, I know
Vance.
you guys, y'all might have something going on, but I would love to work with you guys, engineering, production wise. Something to keep in mind, no pressure, but
Yeah.
anyhow,
Nice.
it was a
Yeah.
good time, and I think things will sound really nice.
Cool.
It's definitely cool.
Definitely keep that in mind for sure.
This is
Right
a
on.
cool studio. This is a great place.
Yeah, we get some
Thank
pretty
you.
good stuff coming out of here.
And there's a lot of good drum stuff, like a toy box over here of just drums.
Big
and
toy
stuff.
wall.
It's awesome.
So August 18th, is that the next show you guys have coming up this year, at least planned for right now?
It is,
Yeah.
yes.
Yeah, it is. And then
I
I
mean,
think,
granted, that's only,
yeah.
what, 3 weeks from now?
yeah,
Yeah.
it's not
point.
Coming up
yeah.
quick.
It'll be here soon.
Yeah, for real.
So yeah, we got a lot of work ahead of us, kind of trying to promote that, getting the word out about that and stuff, and trying to make that as the best show that we've ever played. That's always
Right.
the goal. But
Well, hell, whenever I was watching you guys play just in here in the studio, I was sitting on the couch, and so I really only had this window here, and I just saw Brett and Joe really getting after it, especially on the last song that we're going to do, Johnny.
Yeah.
And you guys were really getting into it, which is cool to see in the studio because, I mean, you can hear it in the recording, and it
Cool.
sounds great. So I think you
Cool.
guys are on the right track as far as putting on a good show.
When you're alone, the world's left you behind. Don't you find? Lonely ain't kind. You've got your freedom. You wanna hold on to. But don't you know? Don't you know? Someone should hold on to you. Hold on to you. Hold on to you. I can see what's been keeping you from me. You just got kicked around. Find a lonely sound. Darling, please pick yourself up off the ground so I can hold on to you. Hold on to you.
excited. Yeah.
backtrack, but I really liked the "Hold On to You" song.
Cool.
What is that one about?
Well, it's
It's kind of a little bit different than your other songs. It's kind of more mellow and
it is. It's kind of about. I'm trying to think. I've never had to explain this song before.
is it about a lady?
Definitely is about a lady. Yeah. Which I don't write so much about the ladies. I mean, it's not as much as other guys who, or like people in general that just write about relationship stuff. Like I tend to try to avoid that because
That's so cliche anyway. You know, so many people. I've recorded a lot of artists, and like it's like, well, got to break up with this girl so I can write another record or meet a new girl to write another record about another girl, and it's like, it's just so obvious.
it is.
I like songwriting that's not maybe so obvious.
I mean, I like it all. I mean, it's all
Yeah.
it's fine. Like if you want to write about that stuff and it comes from an honest place and it's like
Right.
and it
Every
really
song is a
means
love
something.
song in its own right.
Yeah, I
Like
think
it's
you're
all
right.
about love or deals with love or loving something or somebody or losing it or whatever. But
As long as
Yeah.
it comes from the heart.
Yeah, just that song was just about a girl who is kind of frustrated by a recent thing that had happened to her in a relationship, and I was like really kind of falling in love with her, and it was just sort of like this thing where she was just guarded because of like what had just happened to her. So it was just like that's where that song came from, and then things didn't work out, but I got a song out of the deal.
Yeah.
so that's
I'd say that worked out pretty well.
yeah, I'd say so.
Not
So,
a bad song either.
Yeah.
Great song.
So how many of the songs actually that you guys played for us today are new ones? First two for sure.
Shake Your Bones.
Shake Your Bones
yeah.
is new. So those
Hold On
first
to You. So
four,
four
I
of them
guess.
are, yeah.
So Hold On to You is a new one as well.
Yeah, I guess Attack is like we've recorded it,
That's
so I
your
don't know if you
single.
can really call it
Yeah.
new, but it is like
Yeah. And No Promises is about to come out soon.
Gotcha.
So I guess we kind of consider only really Shake Your Bones and Hold On to You probably newer ones. Like no
any-
one's really heard.
Are any of these from the Simple Truth record or not?
Johnny was the
Okay.
first
That's
track.
the opening track. Yeah, I
Yep.
was going to say that's kind of the song that I associate being you guys.
Cool.
You know what I mean? So
Yeah.
I mean, it's a good song. That was my first introduction to y'all, which is a great opening for the record. But that's kind of what I associated with that. But then coming in here and hearing these new songs, they do sound different. They have a little bit of a different sound to them, which I appreciate. I can appreciate growth in bands whenever it's done right. So
Yeah, I mean, I think word people used to throw at us a lot was blues. Like they hear it, they're like,
Yeah.
"Oh, I hear blues," and I'm like, "I don't like." Like okay, like that's
Yeah.
cool. Like as long as it's like I hear blues, like as long as
Right.
it's not like the negative
well,
thing.
blues
you know?
also covers a pretty large spectrum. I mean,
Yeah.
Black Keys are technically blues if you want to get into it. You know, Dimebag
For sure.
Darrell played blues guitar. Essentially, it was just really fast and loud. You know,
Yeah,
but it was
yeah.
blues scales and things like that. So
For sure. But, people still say that about us. And it's like, I think we're definitely, not that that's a problem. I mean, it's part of our identity. It's fine. But it's like we're moving away from that, I think.
Cool.
A little bit more, kind of just different rock and like straight ahead rock music, I think is what we're going for.
I think the best part was, or the best time that we had a name was whenever we played at the Victory Grill, and they labeled us as Outlaw Country. And I was
Wow.
I was like, okay, all right.
Okay. Yeah,
Maybe.
I don't know if that fits.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know either.
Okay. I don't know who's on that job.
Hey, who
was pretty
did you
funny.
guys comic strip thing that's on there?
Oh, that was Matt. Matt Jones did those.
Scratch my
Yeah.
back with your killer rift thing. I saw that. I was like, I thought David would like that because I don't know.
I
He's like,
haven't
he
seen
likes
that.
comics.
I'm
And
curious.
Oh, they're great.
Yeah, you
The
take-
Fair City Fire Chronicles.
Yeah.
All right, where are these at?
you said who made
They're
them?
on the website. Matt Jones, the guy that does our podcast, he made those.
Yeah,
Gotcha.
they're on Facebook.
We're gonna have to get a couple more of those out here soon
Yeah.
for things coming up.
That would be cool to have like inside of a CD or something.
That would, yeah, that'd be really cool.
Not a bad idea.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You guys can become like comic book superheroes and have like a little like thwack and
We'll have powers and sounds,
sure.
and
Yeah.
pop and whatnot.
I'm into that.
That sounds great.
kind of cool.
That's funny.
I don't know. Did you already tell everybody where to find all your information?
Yeah, I mean, faircityfire.com is kind of like the main part, but, we've got Facebook and Instagram. Just look for Fair City Fire on any of those.
If you're down by Waterloo Records, I saw that you actually went into the store and filmed yourself going into the store.
Yeah, I think there's still a
The
couple
CD
in
is
there.
in there.
Yeah.
If you want to pick up the the CD that's out. That's the only CD that's out, right?
Yeah, it's the only full
Simple
album we
Truth.
put out. Yeah, we've
Waterloo
got an
Records.
EP that we give out at our shows if you sign the mailing list, basically. But it's But as far as like stuff for sale, it's like
Gotcha.
that album's the only thing.
And how often do you guys play shows?
Kind of depends. I mean,
Yeah, we've been trying to play a lot more frequently, like outside of town. So we just got done with Houston, and we have a few things outside of the Austin area here. We try to do that more frequently, or trying to start to do that more frequently.
Mm-hmm.
But here in Austin, it's slowed down a little bit. Just if we want to have a really good turnout at the Too Damn Hot Affair, nothing we haven't really all kind of decided like nothing before that, because we don't want to worry about promotion or taking away from somebody else's show and stuff like that. And, and it's a mutual thing for sure. So we want to make sure that show is the best one that we can possibly have. So nothing up until then. We try to space big things out pretty well. But after Too Damn Hot Affair, who knows? We might start playing
Every day.
times. Yeah, a couple times a month or something like that here afterwards.
Do y'all have any places that y'all play more frequently than others?
I mean,
Or no, is it just kind of all over the
Stubbs
place?
4 times now or something, which is great.
Stubbs.
But other than that, it's kind of all over the place. I mean, it's like
1-to-1
play
bar.
like 1-to-1, yeah.
Okay.
I like that place.
Yeah,
the
it's
sound
cool.
guy's good.
Sounds great.
Oh, he's
How about
great.
Saxon Pub? You been over there?
We haven't played there yet.
Not
You guys
yet.
should get a gig
Yeah.
there.
I'd like to.
Yeah.
It's got that legendary status to it. Which
You
would be
guys
cool to
had
be
Finite
part of.
Fidelity at Saxon Pub. That'd be a cool show.
That would be
Yeah.
cool. That'd be fun.
Sweet. All right.
Yeah, we love playing with those guys.
Mm-hmm.
They're a great band and they're really cool. Like they're definitely just good to have around and stuff. So that's why you see us on bills a lot together. It's just like we love them.
Hope your tour.
Nice.
Hope your tour's going well, guys.
Yeah, out there on the road. You guys be safe.
Gotcha. All right. So August 18th is your next show over at Antone's. Do y'all know how much it's going to cost to get into the show?
I think it's 8 in advance and 10 at the door, I believe.
Okay.
Yeah.
And who are some of the other bands that y'all are playing with?
Finite Fidelity, That Girl Dre, and Dr. Joe.
Dr. Joe. Okay.
Yeah. Have you guys seen Dr. Joe yet?
No,
Not
Dr.
familiar.
Joe's a new one.
You need to see.
Is that a
Dr.
band
Joe.
or is it an individual?
It's
That's
a
a
band.
doctor.
Yeah,
Hey, he is a doctor, actually.
He's
Is he really?
He's
Oh,
a
yeah,
dentist.
he's a dentist.
Is he?
Yeah, he really is.
But he
Yeah.
has a
That's
band.
awesome.
He does.
Yeah,
a full
he's-
band?
Yeah, he does like dentistry all day, and then he's like in a band, and it's awesome. It's so
Wow.
good.
Okay.
Yeah, it's
Pretty
He's got this
amazing,
Yeah.
giant organ that he brings with him.
like a 300-pound. Yeah, like
Is this
And-
guy online?
yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
I'm gonna have to look-
He's
look him
also a crazy person. I saw him play at
That works.
Cheer Up Charlie's. Like I feel like he's mild mannered for the most part when you talk to him, but you get him on stage, he gets this like look in his eye. These guys weren't there, but I told them the story. So anyways, I'm like sitting there watching Dr. Joe, and all of a sudden he busts out this guitar, which he's never had that before.
Okay.
Because he plays like piano, and like he's got like 4 different keyboards going, so he's got like all these really cool tones, and then he busts out a guitar, and he's just shredding on this thing, going crazy, and he's like starts to walk around the crowd, and he sees me, and he didn't notice that I was there until that moment, and like all these people are kind of like trying to like play on it and stuff, and like he's just letting it happen, he's loving the moment, and then he sees me and he looks at me and he gets that look in his eyes like he's about to do something insane, like, and I'm like, what's about to happen? And I'm gonna tell you, if you see that look, run away, leave the building.
What happened?
He grabbed the back of my head and smashed it into the guitar.
You're kidding me.
yeah. So it just made this, like just so hardcore too. Like,
That is awesome.
My hat went flying off like into the crowd. Like it hurt. It felt like somebody punched me in the face.
Did anybody get that on film?
I don't think so.
Oh man.
I
Good
wish.
thing he only does it on stage. Not like, it's time for your root canal.
Yeah, right.
Jesus
Brought my
Christ.
guitar to the office today.
Just grabbed your head and was like, back.
Oh yeah, and it was hard. Like it was. Yeah, I'm lucky you didn't catch the right angle and like break my nose or something. It was hardcore. Yeah.
What?
Like
Do you guys know each other, or did he just decide to pick on you?
No, we knew each other.
Okay.
He was on our podcast actually.
He was
We
your
did,
dentist?
I don't know. He gets too excited around me. I don't know. If
Maybe
I
he's
trust
trying to
him
give
with
himself
the
some extra
dentistry
business,
thing.
knock
Yeah.
a couple teeth out.
Yeah, right.
There you go. Yeah. That shit was hilarious.
Were you
But-
a good sport about it? I'm sure.
Oh yeah. I was laughing actually because what else are you supposed to do? Like I
You
don't
were
know.
laughing and bleeding from the head.
Yeah.
right.
I don't know. Like
That's
I'm gonna get mad.
insane.
I don't know.
Okay.
He's like, I'll see you Monday for that chipped tooth, Brian.
That's a great story, man.
Okay, well, yeah,
Yeah.
hopefully that'll get some people out to the show just hearing that.
Yeah,
Yeah,
just
right.
just
Now I'm
don't
intrigued.
don't let yourself be that guy. Let that happen to somebody else who's not listening to this podcast. They're not prepared.
Right. All right, awesome. So faircityfire.com, where people can find you and kind of branch out to your social media stuff, I imagine.
And if you're not like, I don't know, maybe you rather do something else. We're also on Spotify too.
Sure.
Go follow the band. Go listen to us on Spotify.
Yeah, what digital outlets are you
iTunes,
guys
Google
on? Because
Play.
like I said, I listen to you all on Google Play.
Yeah, we're also
Pretty
on
much all of it, man.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, yeah.
iTunes, Spotify, Google Play. I think you can find us on Amazon Music as
Okay.
well. So yeah, go check us out
Gotcha.
there
So
too.
many
Follow the
many
band.
avenues for you guys to listen to these guys' actual records.
And you can find, like I said, I'm just reiterating that, but you can find that
Yeah.
all in our website as well.
Perfect.
Links to that.
Yeah, no, that's great. We want the listeners to be able to find you wherever they can. So all the information that you guys want to give out is
Do we have a band camp?
Yeah, we do.
We do.
got a band.
Hey.
Yeah.
there you go. Do you have MySpace?
Yeah, that's right.
We do have a Bandcamp.
No
There may
MySpace.
be a SoundCloud
no
out there.
MySpace. No MySpace.
There may be a SoundCloud out there if it's not gone yet. If they haven't deleted it yet.
Well, all right.
Or SoundCloud.
Okay. In that case, Vance, have you got anything else you'd like to say?
Yes. Something weird happened with our JackRabbit SoundShack page, and suddenly all of my likes went away. So do us a favor.
For the studio page or the in-session page?
I had
Okay.
like almost 2,000 likes. I was almost there. And suddenly it dropped to like 200. I don't know. It was very weird. I had not contacted Facebook about it. But if you're out there, go please like JackRabbit SoundShack's page. It's at JackRabbit SoundShack at InSession.
JRSS.
JRSS. You can find us at www.insessionjrss.com. Check out our past episodes. We got a video on there that's pretty cool of Timberos del Norte. And
We do we do apologize for the delay in episodes. It was a little bit difficult, but we are working. We've already got a couple of more episodes booked up throughout the end of the year, and we're rushing pretty good to try and fill in some more of those voids. We're going to try and get booked out throughout the end of the year, so you guys have some good quality shows to listen to. And again, if y'all have any suggestions, insights, input, please let us know. You can contact us through Twitter, Facebook,
Gmail.
Gmail.
Yeah, contact us. Email us through our Gmail account. And
InSessionJRSS@gmail.com.
and if you're a band out there that wants to come on the podcast, please contact us. And yes, the next episode is going to be this is episode 13. The next one's episode 14. It's going to be featuring the Jonathan Fox Band.
All right. Well, thanks again for listening in, everybody. Again, we apologize for the delay, but we are working hard to try and get you guys continued content. Subscribe to the podcast. That way you can get updates whenever we release a new episode. Thank you for listening in. We are also on YouTube. You can subscribe to that. Click the little bell so you get notifications whenever we upload something new. In that case, I'm going to go ahead and sign us out. Say goodbye. We'd really like to thank you guys once again for coming in. Y'all sounded great. Awesome, guys. It's been a really good chat. I appreciate it.
Yeah, thank you.
It was a pleasure.
Awesome. All right. Well, we haven't announced any of the other songs, but we're going to announce this last one. So we're going to finish up the show with Johnny, which is the opening track off of their full-length record, The Simple Truth. We will see you guys next time.
Johnny's been talking about leaving since the day he was born. He's been working and working till that soul of his got torn. He's got a wife and a kid now. He's not going anywhere. His dream disappeared 'cause he never paid the fare. Every night Johnny takes his place at the bar up the street. Drowning his mind, glass after glass of cheap whiskey neat. Johnny was man, but he sure ain't alive. Clouds look like cages holding him down. Everyone around him like shackles, forcing him to drown. Well, it's the bitterness of youth gone by, with nothing to show but a tear in his
This is Fair City Fire saying Happy Kwanzaa.